Assalamualaikum and good morning to each and everyone. I am Sofia Noor Habib and my partner is Sahira Naga. Our topic is the Module 18, which is the problem solving and creativity. For our learning objectives at the end of the lesson, we will explain the 4 criteria of creativity by Torrance, practice creative thinking, and apply problem skills. So for the motivational activity, we have here, remove 8 matches to leave just 2 squares, which should not touch. So, ang makikita natin dyan is mga matches. So, pipili tayo ng 8 matches na i-remove natin, which is kapag na-remove natin is makakabuo tayo ng 2 squares only. Okay, so, saan ba dyan yung sa tingin nyo? Okay, so kung makikita nyo sa screen is ito yung magiging sagot natin, which is makikita natin na 8 matches yung natanggal natin, but still mayroon pa rin naiwan na 2 squares. So dito sa motivational activity natin is nabigyan kayo ng idea kung ano ba yung magiging topic natin for today. So which is kung paano ba natin gamitin ang ating thinking skills, yung pagka-creative natin sa thinking skills sa pag-solve ng isang problema. Okay, so for the introduction, problem solving and creativity go hand in hand. You need to be creative in order to solve problems. So sabi natin nga kanina na to solve a problem, kailangan maging creative tayo in terms of thinking para ma-solve natin yung isang problem. So we have here Edward Paul Torrance. He was an American psychologist and educator. He was known as the father of creativity for his decades of research. He is most famous for developing the Torrance test of creative thinking, a widely used assessment that measures creativity through fluency, flexibility, originality, and elaboration. Edward Paul Torrance also created programs like the Future Problem Solving Program and made significant contributions to the study of giftedness and creativity and education. So we have here the advanced organizers. The first is yung problem solving and creativity, and under dyan yung Torrance Creativity Framework, and then yung Creative Problem Solving or DCPS. Under sa Torrance Creativity Framework is the fluency, flexibility, elaboration, and originality. And under naman sa Creative Problem Solving or DCPS is yung 6 stages of CPS. Now, let us move on to the Torrance Framework for Creative Thinking. So, we have here the 4K criteria, which is the fluency, flexibility, elaboration, and then the originality. So, the first one here is the fluency. When we say fluency, it refers to the production of a great number of ideas or alternate solutions to a problem. Fluency implies understanding, not just remembering information that is learn. So, nandyan yung mga keywords natin, which is yung compare, convert, count, define, describe, explain, and etc. So, kapag sinabi natin fluency is ito tumutukoy ito sa pag-produce ng maraming ideas, kung paano ba tayo makaproduce ng maraming ideas or maraming possible solutions sa isang problema. So, for example, ikaw na teacher, nagtanong ka sa mga estudyante mo. So, sabi mo, ano ba yung pwede natin gawin para maprotektahan natin yung ating environment? So, marami sa mga estudyante na magsasagot ng different ideas kung paano ba natin mapoprotektahan yung ating environment. For example, sabi ng estudyante, mag-plant ng maraming puno. Yung isa naman is mag-recycle. Yung isa naman is magsasabi na i-save yung electricity. And so, maraming ideas yung nabubuo or napoproduce base lang sa isang sa isang question o sa isang problem na tinanong mo. So in that way, nadidevelop mo yung thinking skills ng mga estudyante mo na mag-produce sila ng many ideas regarding sa question na binigay mo. So, kumbaga nag-iisip pa sila na ano pa ba yung dapat natin gawin para maprotektahan natin yung ating environment. So, nadidevelop din natin yung kanilang confidence na sumagot ng kanilang mga answers. So that is fluency. It talks about producing many ideas. So paano ba tayo makaproduce ng many ideas in just one question, for example? Next is flexibility. It refers to the production of ideas that show a variety of possibilities or realms of thought. It involves the ability to see things from different points of view, to use many different approaches or strategies. So, ang mga keywords natin is yung change, demonstrate, distinguish, employ, extrapolate, interpolate, interpret, and etc. So, kapag sinabi nating flexibility, it is a thinking from different perspectives. So, hindi ka lang nakafocus sa isang idea lang. So let us say you ask your students, so how can we make learning fun? So magiging iba-iba yung kanilang mga suggestions. For example, yung isa na gustong maging creative yung learning, ang isa suggest niya is gawin na lang games yung learning. Yung iba naman na gustong magkaroon ng mga experiences is, ang sasabihin niya is mag-field trip na lang. Yung iba naman na gusto niyang ma-develop ang kanyang communication skills, ang sasabihin niya is gawin na lang mga group projects yung learning. So, yan yung flexibility. So, para hindi tayo malito sa fluency and flexibility, yung fluency is kung paano tayo makaproduce ng many ideas na iisa lang yung magiging resulta. And for the flexibility naman, is kung ano ba yung pagkakaiba-ibahan ng mga ideas na yon. So yan yung pagkaibahan ng dalawa. Now let us move on to elaboration. Elaboration is the process of enhancing ideas by providing more details. Additional detail and clarity improves interest in and understanding of the topic. So ang keywords natin for elaboration is appraise, critique, determine, evaluate, grade, judge, measure, select, and test. So when we say elaboration, it talks about adding more details, examples, or explanation sa isang idea to make it interesting or clear. So for example, you ask your students, tell me about your trip. So ang pinakasimpleng sagot doon is, it was fun. So, kung sasagutin ito with elaboration, so, ang sasabihin, it was fun because we went to the beach, we played volleyball, and we watched sunset together. So, in that way, with elaboration, naging interesting yung kwento ng isang estudyante at naging klaro din ito. So, yan yung tinatawag natin na elaboration. Nag-a-add ka ng mga details, or examples or explanations para maging interesting or klaro yung isang idea. Now, the last one is originality. Originality involves the production of ideas that are unique or unusual. It involves synthesis or putting information about a topic back together in a new way. So, ang keywords natin is compose, create, design, generate, integrate, modify, rearrange, reconstruct, recognize, or revise. So when we say originality, it talks about creating unique ideas. So, for example, ikaw na teacher, binigyan mo ng task yung mga estudyante mo na gumawa sila ng tula from their own. So, yung tula na yon it is unique kasi nanggaling ito mismo sa kanila at wala silang kinopyahan. So, sa originality, dinedevelop natin dito yung pagka-creative ng thinking skills ng mga estudyante. So those are the 4 key criteria for creative thinking. So we have the fluency, which is producing many ideas, and then flexibility, which is thinking from different perspectives, and then the elaboration, which is adding details to make the idea more interesting or clear, and then the originality, which is creating unique or unusual ideas.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahira Dinaga, and now let's proceed to my part, which is the creative problem solving. So, creative problem solving, or CPS, is an intentional process for solving problems and discovering opportunities. It espouses the use of creativity and coming up with solutions which are not only novel but practical as well. So, kapag sinabi natin creative problem solving, isa itong process na gumagamit ng kakayahang mag-isip ng malikhain para masolusyonan ang isang problem. So, or makahanap ng mga opportunities para masolve ang isang problem. So, ito ay nagmula sa concept ni Alex Osborne, which is ang tagapagtatag ng classical brainstorming. So, at ito ay pinalawak ni Arthur Van Gundy, which is may 6 na stages, and bawat stages ay may divergent and convergent phase. So, ano nga ba ang divergent and convergent phase? So, divergent is the process of thinking that explores multiple possible solutions in order to creative ideas and opening the mind in various directions and trying out multiple solutions for a problem. So, kapag sinabi nating divergent, ito yung pagbuo ng maraming ideas. Ibig sabihin, walang limitasyon na pagbuo ng mga ideas. And walang mali or tama sa mga ideas na yon na ginawa mo or mga naisip mo. And kapag sinabi naman nating convergent phase, ito ay it is the process of figuring out a concrete solution to any problem. It's a straightforward process that focuses on figuring out the most effective answer to a problem. So, kapag naman sinabi natin na convergent, ito naman yung pagpili or pag-organize ng pinakamabisang solusyon para sa isang problem. Ibig sabihin, doon sa nabuo mong mga ideas or solutions sa divergent, kukuha ka doon or pipili ka doon ng isang pinaka mabisang solusyon para sa isang problem. So now, let's proceed to the 6 stages. So, the first one is the maze finding. So, maze finding sensitize yourself. Scan, search for issues, concerns, challenges, opportunities, etc. that need to be tackled. So, ang maze finding, ito yung paghanap ng mga gulo or issues na kailangan natin na ma-solve. So, ito yung process ng pag-identify sa isang problems or challenges. For example, ang problem is what's up? For example, ang problem is bumaba yung attendance ng mga students sa isang school event. So, na-identify mo na doon sa problem na yun na kulang yung attendance ng mga students sa isang event. Kumbaga, na-identify mo pa lang pero hindi mo alam kung ano yung problem doon. So, dito sa stage 1, so, ang divergent techniques dito is, it includes wouldn't it be nice if, and wouldn't it be awful if. So, dito sa divergent, gumagamit dito ng question or technique na wouldn't be nice if and wouldn't it be awful if. So, for example, doon sa kanina na binigay ko na example na bumaba yung attendance ng students sa mga school event. So, ang tanong dito na wouldn't it be nice if is, for example dito is, wouldn't it be nice if 90% of student attended school event? And another question is, wouldn't it be awful if? So, for example dito is, wouldn't it be awful if school events disappear due to low participants? So, hindi pa dito na alam kung ano yung problema. So, inaalam pa dito kung nag-ask pa dito kung ano yung magiging effect ng mangyayari kung walang nag-attend na student doon sa school event. So, sa convergent techniques dito sa stage 1 is include the identification of hotspot or highlighting expressed in what ways might. So, dito nakafocus naman dito or priority dito kung paano ma-solve ang isang problem. So, ang tinatanong dito is in what ways might. So, anong way kung paano masolusyonan ang isang problem. So, for example is, in what ways might we encourage more students to participate? So, inaalam dito kung ano yung maaring maging way para ma-encourage yung mga student na mag-participate doon sa isang event. So, now let's proceed to the stage 2. So, the stage 2 is the data finding. So, gather information about the problem. So, dito sa stage 2 naman is naghanap ka ng information or data. So, from the word data finding. So, naghanap ka ng data or information. Dito is nagko-collect tayo ng data or information na related doon sa isang problem. So, inaalam natin yung mga detalye sa isang problem. So, ang divergent technique dito sa stage 2 is it include 5 W's and H, which is the who, why, what, when, and where, and how, and listing of one's sources and data. So, ang convergent technique naman dito is include identifying hotspot, highlights, mind mapping to sort, and classify the information gathered. So, dito sa convergent, gagawa ka ng mind mapping or pinapag-ugnay natin yung mga data or information na nakuha natin or ino-organize natin yung information na yun. So, now let's proceed to the stage 3. So, this stage 3 is problem finding. So, convert a fuzzy statement of the problem into a broad statement more suitable for idea finding. So, dito naman sa stage 3 is dito naman ay pinapalinaw natin yung isang problem or tinutukoy natin kung ano yung tunay na problem. Kumbaga, doon sa first stage is ina-identify pa lang natin yung kung ano yung issue or gulo. Pero now, sa stage 3 is inaalam na natin kung ano yung mismong problem, kung ano yung malawakan na problem ang inaalam dito. So, sa divergent finding is techniques include asking why, the repeatable question, and 5 W's and H. So, dito sa divergent is i-convert ang malabong pahayag ng problem na sa isang malawak na pahayag para sa paghanap ng mga idea. So, ginagamit dito yung paulit-ulit na question na why. For example is why is attendance low, and why are not they interested doon sa isang event. Sa convergent techniques naman dito is it include highlighting again reformulation of problems statements to meet the criteria that they contain only one problem and no criteria. So dito naman is binubuo na natin dito ang isang malinaw na problem. So how can we make should event relevant and exciting for student? So now let's proceed to the stage 4. So stage 4 is idea finding. Generate as many ideas as possible. So dito sa stage 4 is idea finding. So dito tayo gagawa ng solution na or mag-generate ng maraming solution. So sa divergent is using any of very wide range of idea generating techniques. So dito sa convergent, dito tayo gumagamit ng mind and no. Dito tayo dapat bumubuo ng maraming idea hanggat maaari. At maaari din tayong gumamit ng idea generating techniques. Sa convergence naman convergence can again involve hotspot or mind mapping, the combining of different ideas. So dito sa convergent naman is gumagamit ng mind mapping. So pagsasamahin ang mga iba't ibang ideas at i-short list yung mga nakuhang ideas, yung mga pinaka promising doon or pinaka magandang ideas. So now let's proceed to the stage 5, which is the solution finding. Generate and select obvious evaluation criteria. So sa stage 5, dito sa stage na to is kailangan mong suriin yung mga posibleng solution na bumuo doon sa nakaraang stage. So tutukuyin dito kung yung mga kalamangan at kahinaan ng mga bawat solution na nabuo mo doon sa nakaraang stage, at pipiliin natin kung ano yung pinaka-angkop na or pinaka magandang solution para sa isang problem. So now let's proceed to stage 6, acceptance finding. So formulate a plan of action, determine your need of obstacles or difficulties, and specific short and long-term steps. So sa stage 6 is ito yung huling stage na kailangan mong ipaliwanag doon sa mga yung napili mong solution is kailangan mong ipaliwanag doon sa mga taong apektado doon sa isang solution, and kailangan nilang sumuporta para maipatupad natin yung isang solution sa isang problem. And there are other model for problem solving. So which is the Brandford's ideal model. So the first one is identify the problem. So dito kailangan mong i-identify ang problem at tukuyin kung ano ang mga sintomas nito. So for example, ang problem is ang pagbaba ng benta. So ang sintomas nito is pagbaba ng kita at pagbaba ng mga product. So ang pangalawa is define the problem through thinking about it and sorting out the relevant information. So dito naman sa pangalawa is kailangan mong tukuyin ang mga problem sa pamamagitan ng mga pag-iisip at pag-alam sa mga relevant information. So kung ano ang mga sanhi ng mga problem at ano ang mga effect nito. And ang pangatlo is explore solution through looking at alternatives, brainstorming, and checking out different point of view. So dito naman is maghanap ng mga posibleng solusyon sa isang problem. So, ano ang mga kalamangan and kahinaan ng mga solusyon na yun? Yung mga bawat solusyon. Inaalam natin yung kalamangan and kahinaan ng bawat solusyon para mapili kung ano yung dapat na gamitin na solusyon sa isang problem. So, dito naman tayo sa pang-apat, which is the act-on strategies. So, dito nga, yun nga, pumili ng isang solusyon at gawin ang mga plano para ipatupad ang mga solusyon na yun sa isang problem, and kung ano ang mga hakbang na kailangan gawin at ano ang mga resource na kailangan. So, ang pang-5 is look back and evaluate the effects of your activity. So, dito, susuriin natin yung mga result ng mga plano at kung ang problema ba is nalutas or nasolusyonan, and kung may mga bagay pa ba na pwede pa natin masolusyonan or malutas. So, yun lamang po ang aking report at salamat.